Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. As Bitcoin is still in a correction, we're still holding below key resistance. And yeah, just quick update here on the daily chart. Then we go to the smaller time frame. Here on the daily chart, you can still see the two patterns: short-term bullish, short-term bearish. On the smaller time frame chart, I also have the detailed wave count for both. In the short-term bullish count, a larger degree fourth wave bottomed on the 5th of August. The third wave topped here. In March, the fourth wave bottomed in August, but we're moving up only as a diagonal pattern, and these are not patterns we can trust. So we would need a 5-wave move up to say that we have bottomed here. For now, this is still very much a fragile pattern because we haven't seen those 5 waves up yet. And you can see that the market is definitely struggling to move higher. We've been rejected at the 78.6 retracement level at 65K. So price could not break above that key Fibonacci resistance, which actually is a key resistance level for the yellow count. That takes us to the short-term bearish scenario here on the daily chart. And again, on the 1-hour chart, you can then see the detailed wave count. In the short-term bearish count, the overall pattern is actually the same. It is a wave 4 correction, yeah. It's just that in the white count, the wave 4 already bottomed. We can definitely consider it complete with that extended wave 4 that we've seen. But the yellow count allows for one more low. The reason is that the support area for this fourth wave ranges down to 43K. So one more low is possible, especially given that the last rally here since the 5th of August is just a corrective 3-wave rally. So what we've seen here is in the yellow count a W, X, Y structure, which is a complex form of a correction. In the Y wave, we're then dealing with an A, B, C, and the rally here is just a B wave. So, and that could be a setup down into the 43 to 49K region. Now, how do we know which one it is? I think it is important to recognize that on the smaller time frames, we have the key micro counts so we can follow them. But looking at the bigger picture, I mean, you see that from the Sunday high, Saturday high, clearly we are in a correction. So the mindset, I think, needs to be that the correction is going to set to continue until we see a first break above resistance now on the smaller time frames. Yes, 65K is a key level here on the daily, but there are smaller resistances on the smaller time frames we can watch. But clearly the break above 65K here would invalidate the yellow count as it is, and it would become even less likely with a break above 70,200, which is a break above the end of July high. But for now, both counts remain possible. The micro counts will guide us. So let's go to the micro patterns, the 1-hour time frame or 30-minute time frame. So the idea is that we are now in this move to the downside. Here you can see the pattern from the Sunday high. Actually here, yeah, it's the Friday high, and then we made a slightly higher high on Sunday. I've added here all the potentials now. So we've got in the white count the wave 1 to the upside, the wave 2 to the downside, as I just showed you on the larger time frame. So we only have 2 waves at the moment. Yeah? We might have a third wave in the making, but we need all 5 waves to clearly be able to favor the white count, which would then, again, quick reminder here, which would then take us to new all-time highs, okay? So we need those 5 waves completed. Then we can add a support zone for wave 2. But we are only stuck within circle 1, okay? So there is much more work to do. But okay, in this scenario, because we're dealing with a diagonal, the third wave is an ABC structure. The B wave is unfolding right now. And here I've added earlier today a micro count. And the micro count allows for another 4-5 pattern. So we could still go a little bit lower, even in the white count. That we would break support in this case is not a problem, given that B waves can also overshoot to the downside. That would not be a problem. I'm more interested in the micro pattern at the moment to see, is the potential there that the correction is already complete? The potential is always there, but for now, I mean, from a Fibonacci point of view, we've done what we need to do. But all I'm saying is, just purely looking at the micro, it allows for more downside. That might not materialize, but that's exactly why I've got the resistance area on the chart. So a first break above resistance would occur at 59,660 to 60,145. If we break above that range, that's an early indication a low has formed. We would then, however, need 5 waves up. Okay, so that would only be a first signal that we don't get more downside. A break above the trend line would be a better signal. So the roadmap here is, it's simply just a roadmap, but it tells us when the market is likely turning around, at least locally. And that would be a break above 60,145. Until that happens, we could complete this 5th wave of the 3rd, and then another 4-5 pattern potentially, before a larger reversal is attempted. Micro counts, not so reliable on these time frames, but still something to watch for. We could easily get another low. If we break out from here, that would also not be a surprise, given that we've already come down quite deep in the 78.6 fib. We've nearly tested the 78.6 fib level. So it is here where we just need to be very mindful that at any point a reversal could occur. And the key pivot to watch is 60,145 and then the trend line. So that means the micro count at the moment allows for more downside, especially as long as we are below resistance. The main purpose of the micro count is that it gives us resistance to watch. And the move down could be wave C of B in the white count, which could then send us higher in wave C in white. So if the next rally starts to be impulsive, it is likely going to be wave C in white. The lower we go directly, the more likely it is that it could also be the blue count, which is also bullish, just a different way of labeling it. It's just that the wave 2 never finished on the 15th of August here, but still unfolding. Support for wave 2 is 51,890. Okay, so if we go down much lower, might be this one. Below 51,890, I don't really have any bullish scenario left, but then the yellow count is what shows us how we can get into that 43 to 49k region. That's the micro count for the bearish count. And here you can see in the short term, the micro count seems to be the same for all of them. So that means after we've put a low in place here, and it might take us 1 or 2 more lows. I'm not so interested in that, okay? I know a lot of people are like, oh yeah, 1 more low and whatever. That's not so important. Structurally, it isn't. What is important, and that's what I would suggest everybody's focusing on, the nature of the next rally, the structure of the next rally is meaningful. So if the next rally is purely corrective, then it could be a hint that we are in the yellow count, because the C wave to the upside shouldn't be corrective. But what could be corrective is yellow wave 2. And if we're forming an ABC structure, it might be yellow wave 2. So the nature of the next rally, is that clear? The structure of the next rally will tell us likely how Bitcoin is going to move over the coming weeks, because that could be a bearish setup for a 3rd wave down. So that's what we where we are looking for clues. Yeah. In the short term, they all seem to move in the same direction. I mean, this could literally just all be part of wave 1 now. The decline could be part of the white count or the blue count. And the next larger bounce will tell us more. Yeah, that is going to tell us a lot about how Bitcoin is likely going to move in the coming weeks. Because it depends on the structure of the next rally that will tell us, is it likely the wave 2 in yellow or the wave C in white? And then we can distinguish between them. So I'll keep you updated. So I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.